Alright, my lovelies. Hello. Welcome to your weekly live stream for September 10th through the 16th. By all means, I have a drink. You might as well get a drink. Strap in. Anyone who joins me in the live stream, thank you so much. And for those of you that happen to miss me because I'm not streaming at a fantastic time for you, sorry I missed you. Hopefully you will enjoy the playback. We are going to go ahead and go through our zodiac. This will be readings for your sun, moon, and rising. And of course, we're going to start off with Aries. The deck we'll be using is the Messages from the Mermaids by Karen Kay. If you're not familiar with this oracle. So Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you this week. Okay. Aries, miracles, patience, decisions, dreaming, and contentment. That's actually quite a lot for you, but I kind of secretly love it because this means that things that you've been trying to accomplish, especially if you've been trying to manifest things, these are literally things that you've strived towards. They've been kind of waiting in the wings, and now they're swooping in, and your patience, your efforts are now being rewarded. So if you asked for a breakthrough, you're going to receive that with the proper decision making. That becomes a reality, and a great one. If you're manifesting, well, you may have doubted whether or not your manifestation was coming true, but like I said, persistence pays off. Your patience paid off. You stuck with it. You made the right decisions, and had that hope that yes, it will eventually come and make itself known. And of course, that is what's happening for you this week. And this is fantastic. I must say this feels like a delayed reaction. This was something that you thought you were going to have sooner, and instead you were forced to wait. But timing is everything, so sometimes they save the best for last. Alright, and we're going to move right along to Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And that almost went off the table. Okay, we have dreaming, magic, hope, friendship, innocence, feelings, gentleness, love, and we have it like a second row here. We have disconcernment, blessings, and turn away. Okay, I was not expecting this many cards for you guys. But wow, Earth sign's got it going on. Or at least Taurus does. Let's see what's here. Give me just a sec. Okay. Okay. Oh, That's totally lovely. Okay, so for those that have a dream, something you've been chasing, some of that, you know, bigger than life, beyond belief type of dreaming that you would love to have, you've held out hope for it. So this is probably a dream you've had for quite some time, a goal you've wanted for quite some time, something that you wanted, maybe even from childhood, that you've wanted for the longest time. Whatever that goal is, maybe it's owning your own home, maybe it's living in a specific city. But you're going to get a little help from your friends this week. Oh, yes. I will say you have some pretty nurturing friends, those that understand how you feel about this particular dream, and the fact that you still hold a candle for it. And when I say friends, I mean soul tribe. I mean those that have been with you for quite some time. They understand part of what's driving you, why you've got that burning candle that's just kind of driving you. And as much as they've might have heard it before, much as they've had to watch things play out, they are still cheering you on the sidelines. They are very much your support. They help you with your decision making, the effort you put in, where you put it in, your ideas, even if maybe what you hope for, what you're wishing for is something absolutely bonkers, just totally ludicrous. Your friends support you by listening. And of course, the choices that you make, they have influence because of this. They're I want to say these are your ride or die people. They very much support you, influence you, humor you as well. And these are the people that are definitely going to, yes, prop you up, but also call you out and tell you, okay, maybe you're headed in the wrong direction. Maybe you need better choices. And it sounds like that it might be something that's coming up this week. So pay attention to some of the advice you get from friends. They might actually have a gentle rebuttal, or I guess a prompt for you of, hey, maybe you're going in the wrong direction. Hey, maybe this is not the best choice to accomplish this, or maybe we can make a wiser choice here. And because of that, you might pivot a little bit on what you're doing or how you're doing it. And it's for the better. Believe it or not, as much as friends are there to support you, they're literally there to tell you the truth. I mean, because if your friends can't tell you the truth, and when it comes to the important stuff, then why are you still friends? But this is great. I love this because, yeah, you got a support system, and it's pretty good. Alright, we're going to move right on to Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I really wish Oracle cards were smaller sometimes. Oh. Okay. Ask for help. Okay. What else do we have for Gemini, Sun, and Rising? And watch me fumble this, folks. Worked 8 hours in like a 38-degree cooler, so my fingers feel like half numb still. Probably not the best ideal for shuffling, but no. Alright. What else do we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising? These cards are trying so hard to come out, and they just aren't quite making it. There. They finally tuned over. Acceptance, light, move forward. Okay. Awareness, ask for help, acceptance, light, move forward, and disconcernment. Okay. I will say this. When it comes to Geminis, it seems like you're all bang on point for focus, and other times utterly scatterbrained. Now, as much as that is kind of stereotypical and sounds very much like a critique, it's been my experience with Gemini placements. That being said, because you may be in your off position where you're a little bit scattered and not quite as focused this week, you may not be aware that you have a problem. That you might have a big problem and it's just kind of flying right over your head. So please pay attention to things that are giving you resistance, that are more difficult than you think they need to be. Step back and actually look at them and ask yourself, is there a problem with this? Because once you're aware of what your problem is that you've been missing, or just the light bulb hasn't quite gone on, that you have a situation brewing, no matter how big or how small, and you need to handle business, you can then literally ask for help, whether that is help from another person, whether that is help from your spirit team, whatever. You can accept finally that there is a problem. You have to handle the problem. Yes, you might need assistance in the problem, and you can literally get down to brass tactics and literally start tackling the problem and getting it done, making the right choices, finally looking at it, finally paying attention to it. So instead of it just kind of hanging in the background and keep causing issues, you finally get to the point. You redirect that focus that you need to harness and throw it into the problem to get it handled. And if you've been trying something and it doesn't seem to work, doesn't seem to work, this is where, like I said, step back, ask yourself if there's a problem, identify the problem, because once you've identified with it, you can ask for help, but you can also help yourself and figure out what perspective, what missing piece you've been missing. That'll allow you to, move a bit freer instead of trying the same thing and then trying it again and then trying it again and then, continuing to try it yet again and hoping that you'll have a different outcome. Alright, my lovelies, we're going to move right on to Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For those of you that are catching me in the playback, you'll have to let me know what you think of using this deck for weekly readings. This is the first time I've actually used this deck for a weekly reading. And hello for whoever just joined me in the live stream. You are welcome here. We are doing zodiac readings for the week of September 10th through the 16th. And we are currently on Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, Cancer. We have solitude, patience, and support. I find it interesting that we went from fairly light cards so far, and now we have what seems to be more darker cards, just aesthetically from the artwork. Okay. So, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Believe it or not, sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is to literally do nothing. To sit still, to not have to make choices, not to have to take action, to literally wait it out. Sometimes that is more beneficial, sometimes that is more supportive of an outcome, is to literally do nothing rather than try to tackle it head on or bulldoze through it or try to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Sometimes you really have to just step back and be like, okay, not my circus, not my monkeys. And I'll walk away from a situation and be like, I washed my hands of this, and let the chips fall where they may. Why? Because that supports you quite well, and that's better than, you know, getting right in the middle of somebody else's drama, because you don't have to own that. Alright, and we are going to move right along to Leo. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Yep, there it is. Okay. Ooh, I kind of like this. Okay, we have memories, deep dive, abundance, contentment, awareness, re-energize, and patience for Leo placements, for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And for those of you that may not know, I actually have a Leo Rising, so this applies to me as well for the week. Now, when we are sad, when we are in a bad mood, when we have a low energy, believe it or not, because we live in the planet of duality, we have a plethora of memories, both positive and negative. And we can draw on these memories at any given time. So if we are disheartened about something, if we feel exhausted and wiped out, if, you know, we see something that makes us sad, believe it or not, we can go back into our memories and pull up a brighter one, a bright, shiny, like new penny memory that made us happy, that made us feel like the world was at our fingertips. And that can fuel us. That can turn our mood around. that can help us also withstand things that maybe we dislike. Now, what do I mean by that? All right. We all have things in life that we don't exactly 100% like doing. We do it out of necessity rather than the fact that we actually like it. A lot of that is, say, you know, going to the grocery store, paying bills. For some of us, that's even going to work. We have these humdrum things that we do that aren't exactly the most fun things in the world. In fact, we kind of see them as obligations, things that we're like, oh, do I have to? And when we're in moments like that, sometimes we need something to infuse us that will bring our energy up. Sometimes we'll need something that'll help us endure, especially if we're having to do a task we don't like quite so much for a long period of time. Now, sometimes this is us reminiscing. Sometimes this is us, flipping on the radio and realizing, hey, I know that song. Oh, yeah, I was here when this song played. I remember those times. And, doing house cleaning while listening to music that we, used to listen to at a school dance, or used to go and hang out with friends at wherever. Maybe even, listen to at clubs and dance to. Whatever it is, there is a pick-me-up that's available for all Leo placements, Sun, Moon, and Rising this week. Whether that is just reminiscing happier times to endure a current moment, or just to pick up your energy level. Or, like I said, music. Music seems to also come up. So maybe a little bit of nostalgia when it comes to certain songs or music and the effect they have on us mentally, emotionally, and physically this week. Which I can't exactly, can't exactly blame you for. Alright, we move right on to a Virgo, Sun, Moon, and a Rising. That first card came out real quick. Although I'm not sure it came out totally in frame, but it came out fairly quickly. Oh, upside down. There we go. Oh, okay. We have the future, breaking free, and hope for our Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This together tells me that you might have either a tower moment, and I know some people are probably cringing right now, total cringe, sorry, or if you are, they're bringing me to the breaking free card, if you have been stuck for quite some time, if you have been embodying the Eight of Swords energy, that period is going to be ending soon. You're going to figure out a way in the future how to get unstuck, which of course, leads to a more brighter, positive future. You have hope, potential. There is also a possibility of healing. So as much as I hate giving you you might be stuck or a tower moment, but with that comes easier times, better times. And they wouldn't be giving me the future if that's not somewhere in the near future. So if you're struggling this week and your back's up against a wall, keep in mind that's not going to last forever. Sometimes things are very much temporary, and if you've been dealing with this for a very long time, well then the light at the end of the tunnel has been turned on. Follow it, because hope has arrived. It will come. It's just, you might still be stuck with it in the meantime. Sad but true. So we're going to move right on to our Libras. There it is. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. That I like. Abundance, acceptance, be spontaneous. Now, this could go a couple different ways. I will warn you, so please take which way resonates. Simply because that is not going to resonate the same way for everyone who's watching this in the playback if you have Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements. Now, the first way is you might actually be receiving, quote-unquote, a gift, accepting a gift, and it feels like the gift of money. So, perhaps somebody is giving you a gift card, and you get to, go out and be spontaneous and pick in time, time and a place to spend it. Or perhaps you have, well, we are going to be leaving Virgo season here shortly, so perhaps somebody gives you an early birthday gift. And perhaps your gift card is not a gift card at all. Perhaps it's a birthday card and there's cash inside. And you get to have some fun. You get some fun money as your birthday gift or with your birthday gift. I will also say, if that part does not resonate with you, if you are seeking abundance, one of the ways that you may need to be in order to receive it is to be receptive and spontaneous. In other words, move differently. If you've been stuck in a routine, if you've been rigid, and if you've been a little, I guess you could say, closed off, you might need just some time to go have fun and blow off some steam and be more open to the world, the possibilities, in order to draw that in this week. Sometimes when we do things out of our normal routine, we be spontaneous, if we be serendipitous, as it were. Sometimes those random chances lead us to the most unexpected places, people and things. It's one of those things in the universe of, oh, so you went here. Oh, well, we left this over here for you to find. And I guess you could think of it as a spiritual scavenger hunt, in a way. So you might end up finding something worth it. Not necessarily money, but something that has great value that'll add to your life. But you're going to stumble onto it in the most random way. But in order to get it, in order to accept it, you kind of have to shift your routine. You have to be more open. Go do different things. Go try new things. And see what shows up. Find out what you stumble along the way. Because, yeah, some interesting things might crop up. Alright, we are going to go do Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, back came out in a hurry. And that was more cards than I thought, but it's alright. We have contentment, disconcernment, communication, friendship, healing, and love. Ooh! By the way, I am a Scorpio sun, so this also applies to me for placement. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of literally calling up your soul tribe member or your best friend, your BFF, and having just a good time, good conversation that makes you happy, enjoying the friendship, simply because they're your tribe, your community, and with that comes love, acceptance, and yes, healing from the stress, you know, the negativity of the world. It blows off steam. It's taking the lid off the pot, basically. Being able to converse and do so in a way that has no expectations, but gives back so much in equal measure is the best thing. And if this is not an existing friend for you, or an existing soul tribe member for you, or even a current love interest, because this could be a friend that could end up being a lover, it sounds like maybe you will stumble onto a new friend, new soulmate even, that you start out as friends, or a soul tribe member that you have not yet acquired, but will acquire this week. Very much pay attention to interactions with others this week, just because they're highlighting communication and friendship card for me. Having good times with friends is awesome at any point. Getting to know new people and having that same effect is fantastic. So being happy and wanting to add value to that is A-okay. I will say also, if you're struggling with finding your contentment, finding your happiness, if you feel a little out of sorts, if you're a little off balance, reach out to somebody that you do trust, you know, soul tribe member, that BFF that I talked about, you know, call them up and let it all out. Regurgitate it. Simply because doing that, yes, takes the lid off the pot. It gets it out there, and it's like a security blanket. You get that comfort and acceptance, the sense of understanding, and the love and support that you need. Because they know you. And with knowing you means, yes, they oftentimes know what you think and what you feel, but if you're feeling a little off balance, they know more of where your center is, especially after speaking to you, to help you right that. So please pay attention. Alright, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, be spontaneous, abundance, and ask for help. That's an odd mixture. Okay, that's where you want to go with this. My Sags, okay. You normally are fairly spontaneous, yes, but I want to use the phrase carefree. You're usually okay with exploring the world, of, you know, going out and getting your hands dirty, and being hands-on as well. Now, that does not necessarily mean you're careless or reckless. And in fact, you usually are pretty good that as much as you play, you work hard. You have things. You usually, you know, take care of business. But sometimes we end up coming up against unexpected things. Unexpected bills. You know, maybe hours at work have been cut back. Or, you know, life tends to throw us curveballs. And with that, it's not like money lasts forever anyway. It comes and it goes. And sometimes we need a little help in that area. So, if we're struggling a little bit when it comes to finances, don't be afraid to reach out to those that you know might be able to help you. Perhaps, you know, you're $20 short for your light bill this month. Maybe you need $40 for gas to make sure that you can make it to the next paycheck. You know, food prices are all over the place. Things are really expensive, and you might be, as much as you have control in your world, as much as you do have, you might have a moment where you need a little help. So you don't pass up help to save face. And the other way they would like me to read this is, you are normally, you know, footloose and fancy-free. You're carefree, free-spirited person. And that's usually something you have in abundance. However, sometimes we have moments where our energy levels, or just the upkeep of being that all the time, kind of shoots down. Don't be afraid to ask your friends, ask your family to, you know, go out and do something new, to go ahead and give you new ideas of things that you would like to go out and see. If you're a little bored with it all in some fashion, you know, ask for an idea. Ask for a new place to see. Ask for maybe a new date idea. Maybe that's something that you usually are the person in the relationship that comes up with the most fantastic date ideas. And for some reason, this week you fall flat. You're like, well, I don't know what we need to do. So as much as you might have the best off-the-wall date ideas, and you have several of them, maybe now the idea factory just seems to be going kaput, and you need to ask your friends for the idea, because date night is approaching and you need it. So, yes, there's more than one way to read that, but please take that as it resonates. We're going to keep on moving on. And believe it or not, we are almost done. It's now time for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And you saw me shuffle that. We literally have two of the same cards on the table, just in a different order. We have Ask for Help, Be Spontaneous, And we will see what else they want for Capricorn. Waiting. Okay, that is interesting. Let me just double check. There we go. Because, yeah, that felt like there was more there. Waiting seems open-ended. Okay, ask for help, be spontaneous, waiting, positivity, magic, letting go, and free spirit. Huh. That is definitely interesting for our Capricorn signs. Is it just me, or does it seem like the earth signs have it going on this week? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's my own perspective. Maybe I'm projecting that I think the earth signs have some of the most interesting readings this week. Feel free to agree or disagree with me on that. Okay. Last minute, you might, for my Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, last minute, you might end up maybe not necessarily asking so much for help. It might be more like an invitation. You might say something to somebody and it seems spontaneous and, you know, without due notice. So you're waiting for a response. Now, because it may be really pressed for time without a lot of notice, please be optimistic of what that return answer is. Don't try to be like, oh, well, I invited this person to go over here to this new restaurant tomorrow evening, and they have kids and they need to find a babysitter. Well, they'll never find a babysitter, so the answer is no. Please, that is a limitation. Don't do that to yourself. Please be positive on what answer they give. Literally be hopeful and wait for that answer. Part of the positivity, the magic that they have here is in not limiting yourself. And let go of your expectations. Free yourself from the expectations. Believe it or not, you will probably end up surprising yourself when that happens, especially when their answer does come back. So whether this is you asking for help or putting out an invitation, beware of the script inside your head. Because you've probably decided, oh, well, that was stupid to say, that I shouldn't have asked that person. They won't do this. And you don't realize you've already shut it down before they've even had time to respond. So, yeah, please be aware of that. Don't back yourself into a corner. Don't get yourself stuck. Don't self-sabotage. And by the way, I have a Capricorn moon. So, yeah. As much as you might feel like I'm pointing fingers at you, yeah, I'm literally pointing a finger at myself. So, there it is. Alright, and we are on to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh my gosh. That is quite a lot. We have decisions, innocence, patience, miracles, light, mystery, go with the flow, and free spirit. Okay. I kind of feel like this is your inner child. For those of you that have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements, your inner child might be driving the bus or need to drive the bus at some point during the week. Because the choices that you allow your inner child when they are able to take the steering wheel, as it were, and have free reign is astounding. More importantly, of how that makes you feel. To be carefree, to be lighthearted. And sometimes that reveals things. And you just kind of have to go with it. But at the same time, when you let your inner child free to play, to explore, amazing things happen. Self-discovery, it's the wide-eyed wonder of a child. Taking that approach to life of going out and trying things, exploring as if for the first time. As much as that's a mystery, as much as that can be scary for people, instead of being put in the adult box, instead of feeling hamped in and constrained by society, letting all that loose and just playing with that energy, that creativity, the spontaneity, the joy, that sense of awe. Sometimes you end up with the best decisions, and you end up with the best responses, the best results, the most curious and intriguing places because of it. Kind of like the kid in the candy store feeling. If that makes sense. Let me look at this just for another minute to make sure before I pick up the cards. Not saying I want anything else. Okay, so that was for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We are already at our last sign. This is Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And anyone who's joined me thus far in the live stream, thank you so much. Even if you want to just, huddle in the background and not say anything, that's totally fine. For those of you that are watching my playback, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Sorry I missed you. Now I want clear over there. Okay. Inner knowing, truth, and move forward. Ooh. I like that. Pisces are tapping into their intuition here. Hold on, give me just a sec. I want something to drink. Okay, that's better. I would very much say for Pisces this week, you might have some third eye activation going on. You might be receiving downloads, especially, ooh, and I got goosebumps. There we go, downloads. Yeah, third eye activation, maybe awakening symptoms as well. So please pay attention if you are a Pisces, sun, moon, and rising to things like dreams, signs, synchronicities, even animals, things like that, symbology that keep reoccurring. Look them up if you are not familiar with it. Simply because there might be a message trying to come forward to you in some manner to reveal a truth, to give you knowledge that'll help you in the future, to help you move on, to help you go in a specific direction, whatever that means for you. Downloads, getting knowledge, yes. Truth bombs, there you go. And if you are suffering from, say, awakening symptoms, you might end up realizing some harsh truths. And that is just a step in the progression towards enlightenment. Keep going with that. You might be surprised what's on the other side. However, it may feel a little out of sorts, scary, and difficult in the meantime. But that is okay. Interesting that that came up as soul activation, downloads, ascension symptoms. Well, there always seems to be one sign that tends to have really deep readings, and apparently Pisces is it for this week. Alright, my lovelies. We went through the entire zodiac, sun, moon, and rising. This is for the week of September 10th through the 16th. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you joined me in the live stream while I did this, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it, even if you popped in only for a minute. And for those of you that missed my live stream and watched the playback, let me know what you guys think of this deck. This is the Messages from the Mermaids Oracle by Karen Kay. This is actually the first time I've used this. So, I actually kind of like this. It feels a little different. I wanted to use my dolphin tapestry that you see in the background. So, this, of course, is the deck that my ancestors asked for to pair with the tapestry. And since I have people in the chat room before I go, unfortunately I've gone through all the zodiac signs, sun, moon, and rising. But if you guys have any questions for me to go, before I leave the live stream, if you guys want like a brief reading, go ahead, give me a shout out in the chat box. Jump in the chat and we'll use the deck. That sounds like fun to me anyway. So don't be shy. And reminders, for those that may or may not know my channel, I do have a deck strength versus weakness series. It has aired for the month. The deck of the month for this month was the Soul Cats Tarot. However, next month's deck has not been decided. I do have a poll up on my community tab. Feel free to go ahead and vote for next month's deck. That poll will be open, I do believe, until the 30th of September. That's when that poll closes. And also for those that do subscribe to my channel, I will give you forewarning. In about 2 weeks, I will be going on vacation. I will hopefully be able to do a live stream while I'm on vacation. I will be in a different location, but yeah. We'll see what new content and things I can bring you while on the road. Should be fairly interesting. And if nothing else, I will do a video afterwards, maybe share some photos with you because of where I'm going. It's actually a convention. Should be fun either way. Alright, my lovelies. Well, no one wanted to be brave and pipe up in the chat for a reading. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you guys. For those of you that missed it, please watch the playback. And who knows, maybe I will eventually just put a live stream up for free readings, and we'll just do nothing but readings with a deck. Whatever that deck is. That sounds like fun. Something to do in the future. Alright, my lovelies. If you joined me, thank you. If you didn't, I'll catch you guys later. But for now, I'm out of here, and I will catch you next week. Bye.